Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's live video. Tiffany was telling me earlier, she said, you know what? Tonight, I'm going to lead the live video. So off you go. Even the dog whined.
Texas Cruiser's here. He's standing by while sitting in a Mexican sitting at a bar in a Mexican restaurant.
I tell you what, since Tiffany's taking the live, I'll meet you there in a minute, Rick. I'm on my way.
Dilly's here. Hi, Chris, Tiffany, and Texas Cruiser. Baxter's here. Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Sheikah is here. Connie, ahoy matey. Dilly. Hi, Sheikah and Baxter. Ray's here. Hey from Judy and Ray in Nag's Head.
Welcome, Ray.
Sheikah is sitting at home enjoying a margarita.
Apparently it's margarita night.
Yes.
We were unprepared for margarita night. We could have mango tequila.
We could.
So we could do some mango tequila, but I don't think we should do that on the live video. Somehow I'm feeling that would get us banned.
Yes.
We would get cancel cultured.
Yes.
If we were having live margaritas, but that's okay. We are having margaritas with you guys in spirit. I'm having one right now. Let me have it.
Are you done yet?
No, it's really good. Okay. All right. My margarita was really, really good. I was having it in Cozumel, Mexico. My absolute favorite place to get a margarita. But welcome, everybody. Glad to see everybody hopping in. Everybody saying hi. And we have got stuff to go over this week.
Yes. Chica says cheers.
Absolutely. Now, I will let everybody know, Tiffany has taken last week's video pretty seriously.
Oh,
We will go get your book. Tiffany got herself a new book that is going to help her out going forward. She took her suggestions to making more cooking videos pretty seriously. Sorry, I've got distractions going on in the room here. But she has herself a Carnival Cruise Line cookbook that she came across.
Yes. So we're going to get started. I was going to do one today, but with the high winds yesterday, we had a downed tree that we had.
We had multiple downed trees. Yeah, I don't know anybody else that had some fun with the high wind here in Texas the last couple of days. I mean, gusts, 40, 50 mile an hour gusts. Went outside this morning. I mean, the tree missed the house by this much. It was laying right next to the house. Took out our outside table. Took out Tiffany's, what do you call that thing? Bench swing?
Yeah, I had one of them porch swings.
Porch swing, there we go.
Porch swing, and it took that out.
Luckily, it didn't break it. It just kind of unhooked it and threw it around on the ground. So we had a day of chainsawing trees to kind of get our backyard back a little bit. So had some fun with some Texas weather.
Yes.
But Tiffany does have her new cookbook, looking for her next cooking video project. I keep saying it should be Baked Alaska. But after reading this book, I kind of realized that Carnival cheats on that Baked Alaska just a little bit, which I get. Imagine you have to make Baked Alaska the long way for all of those people. And it also explains why they only have it on longer cruises.
Yes.
And some of these foods and desserts are not available on shorter cruises. That kind of explains why.
Yes. And it was interesting because I ordered this and it's a used copy. So it is actually signed inside by one of the pastry chefs from a Carnival cruise. And whoever owned this book did a tour, a behind the scenes tour. And I have a map of the Jubilee Galley now. And the way they go through the...
Yeah, Sheikah also has a Carnival cookbook.
Sheikah says I have an old Carnival cookbook.
Welcome, James. Welcome to the show.
Connie says, yay to the cruise ship cooking video. Yes.
She is getting prepared. Slowly but slowly, she has a book.
I have a book.
So we are one step closer to...
When is Tiffany's cookbook coming out? Tiffany is recreating other people's masterpieces.
The Tiffany cookbook, I don't know how to say this as politely as possible.
You don't want my cooking. It's burned usually.
We call it blackened. We call it Cajun blackened cooking. here in the house. But
Sheikah says that is so cool. Tiffany doesn't mention the ship. No, it does not mention the ship, but I'm assuming it's from the Jubilee.
No, that book
No,
is
this
older.
is older than the Jubilee. So
Yeah,
this is an older one. What did you say the date was?
1996.
Yeah. So some of these recipes, I don't even think they have on the menu anymore.
And it's missing some of the current requested items on there. But Tiffany has picked her first video. We know what she's going to do out of that cookbook. We'll let it be a surprise. It's going to be a simple one, but one that cruisers support quite a bit on Facebook. So super easy, super fast, but it's actually one of the more popular Carnival Cruise Line dishes that people ask for today. So I think that's going to be really, really good.
So Nellie is here. Hi, all. And Sheikah is saying hola to Kami.
All right. So Nellie, how was your cruise? How was Mariner of the Seas?
Yes.
That's what we really want to know.
Texas Cruiser says I have a great blackened seasoning that I got out of my cookbook. The best blackened catfish and tilapia.
I love Tiffany to death, but it wasn't supposed to be blackened when she started. So
at least I cook, right?
I'm not hungry. So, I mean, there is always that. I don't starve. Okay. But yeah, so we do have that coming up. Now, let's talk about a little bit of cruise news. A really interesting one came out today that will affect cruises to Roatan. Starting on March 1st, so it just went into effect a few days ago, there are new wildlife protections for animals in Roatan. And how this is going to affect cruisers is, I'm sure everybody's been to Roatan. If you have, you've probably done the hold and take a picture with the sloth.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany's held the sloth. James was with us. He got to hold the sloth. Beginning on March 1st, you no longer get to hold the sloth. Two-toed and three-toed sloths, along with monkeys, macaws, and several other animals, are now on a list of over manipulation, which they said implies people holding them, carrying them, and touching them for the purposes of photography. And that is no longer going to be allowed in Roatan. You will still be able to do a selfie, meaning the sloth will be there and you can stand next to it, but you will no longer be able to hold it. So if you have an upcoming cruise to Roatan and you were thinking you were going to join the Hold the Sloth crowd, doesn't look like that's going to be available anymore.
Nope.
So still be able to see them, appreciate them, be in the area with them, but the part where you get to hold it is going to go away under the new protection. They said they've had trafficking, illegal activities with the animals, creating all kinds of issues and problems. And so it's going away and no more. So now one I personally would like to see go, and it is purely my opinion, I don't like the dolphins being pinned up. That's the one I dislike the absolute most. Dolphins should be free. And they're keeping those dolphins in little tanks. That's why I'm not a huge fan of SeaWorld, for the same reason. But oddly enough, dolphins were not listed.
Yeah.
So go figure.
Kevin's here. Good evening, all. I hope your Wednesday is jolly. It is. Nellie's here. Or Nellie says, dare I say Mariner may be better than Harmony. Mariner has deck 4 and the service is better. Harmony is gorgeous, but the service feels rushed.
Ooh, I don't know. Mariners, they've got quite a fan following with Mariner. And of course, good news that Mariner is going to be staying in Galveston longer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Texas Cruiser wants to know if you had to use a crowbar to remove the sloth from me.
no, that was actually, Tiffany was kind of mad during that particular excursion because, you guys know how it is. People rush. They have to be first. They have to be first. Tiffany, it does not. So she waits, lets the mess get out of the way, but by the time she got the sloth, it was pretty much, here you go, picture, and they took it away. It was really, really fast, and I don't think she was really, really happy that she did not get as much time with the sloth as other people did.
But I can still say I did it.
But you actually have done it. You have a picture of you with it. That's what I was telling her earlier. So at least you got to do it before the opportunity has gone away.
Yeah.
And that's a big plus, because that's kind of something that people have looked forward to. That was one of the things we absolutely was on our must-do list when we went down there, and
it's a good thing it was.
Yeah, good thing it was when we did it. So
Connie says same. I'm assuming the dolphins.
Yep.
Yep.
I just let them be free.
Yeah. Nellie says, my sister went and it was great seeing her go from the high-speed woman living in downtown Houston to learning to calm down. She said it was okay, but spent $200 on merchandise.
That can happen.
Yeah.
That can happen.
She only probably bought four items.
She bought 4 things in the gift shop. That was it.
Yeah, them gift shops really love their merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Connie agrees with you about the dolphins.
Yeah. So listen, upcoming changes for Roatan. Now, the other big story of the week, and boy, we're going to need a whole lot more explanation later on once they figure it out. But there was a cruise passenger getting back on the cruise ship in Aruba from spending the day in port. While trying to get back on the ship, security discovered he was carrying a revolver. He had a gun. Now, of course, in Aruba, that's a pretty big deal. It's, if I remember right, it's like $1,500 if it's not loaded. Fine, immediately. Possible jail time. $3,000 if it had bullets in it, plus some possible jail time. And of course, he got detained, arrested, and hauled off out of there. The one thing they didn't know, and the big question, in my opinion, is how long had he had this gun? Did he buy it in Aruba and was trying to take it back on the ship? Or had he had it the whole time? And I have to say that's a possibility, because we've seen the videos of guns getting on board cruise ships before. Shouldn't be possible. Shouldn't be able to do it with all of that security, but it has happened before. Mm-hmm. But I'm really, either way, who goes into a cruise port on a cruise knowing you have all that security and says, you know what, this is the perfect time to buy a gun and try to sneak it back on the ship? Who does that?
That guy.
Well, other than that guy. Very correct. Very, very, very correct. So
Attila says gun-toting jokers on a cruise ship equals bad news. Again, what's wrong with people today?
I have no idea. And nothing against people who carry and want to carry and own and all that, but a cruise ship is not a place for them. Mostly because the law says no.
Yeah. Texas Cruiser says, I love that Liberty is replacing Mariner. And then Alien says, I can't stick around tonight, but Mrs. Alien wants to know if you'll be talking about the group cruise tonight or at some point soonish. No rush.
Yes, we'll talk about that a little bit tonight. We're actually going to cover that a little bit tonight. So we'll have some info on that. Matter of fact, we can jump right into that one right now. All right, so here's kind of where we are on the group cruise, because this thing has been a little bit of all over the place. In order for it to be an actual group cruise, where it's all bunched together and everything like that, it has to be 8 cabins or more at the time of booking. As of right now, we do not have 8 people saying they're going to book cabins. We have 4. So that's kind of where we are. So what we may end up doing is taking it out of a official group status, because in order to get like the private events and stuff like that on board the cruise ship, you got to have 50 or more people. I don't think we're going to get that high. We may simply say, hey, we're all going to meet on this cruise ship, which will be October the 3rd, Carnival Magic 2026. And everybody can kind of book individually, and we can just gather in a spot on board the ship, which we can do as a smaller group. We don't get electric, microphones or anything like that. But we can still get with the cruise ship and say, hey, we're going to hang out in the piano bar in the middle of the afternoon because it's not being used. And most of the time they'll be pretty cool with that. They just won't support it, as in they won't have wait staff in there or electronic support for microphone speakers, things like that. But we were going to be kind of stuck that way with less than 50 people anyway. So that may be where we end up going with that, simply because if we don't have a large enough people booking all at once through a group. And to be 100% honest, the price for booking through the group cruise versus individual booking is currently no different. There is no price savings. So,
yeah.
And honestly, people may have casino offers and other VIP offers that may actually get them in the door less. So that's kind of where the group cruise is at the moment. Now, I can say for sure, Tiffany and I are going to be on that ship. We are going to be on the Magic October the 3rd, 2026, because we're doing that itinerary.
Yes.
Yeah, because Tiffany won't let me switch it to the 14-day cruise, going to every place in the Caribbean at once.
I can't be off of work that long, especially during that time.
I know. So that's currently where the group cruise is. Did you lose track of the chat?
Yeah. Sheikah said, I would say it's a big deal if you bring it to the ship in any port.
Yeah, I would too.
Ray says carrying a hand is hard to forget you have one. It's hard to forget that you're carrying.
Yeah.
Nellie says, how about all Oasis class ships doing 3 and 4 day cruises except for Symphony here in Galveston? Feels like Royal is saying, if you want long sailings, go on an Icon class.
Except for the Icon is also doing these short sailings. To me, this is what that feels like, because if you look at what they're doing other than Symphony, which will be in Galveston, they're going to be doing Nassau, Perfect Day, Coco Key, back to port. It's going to be some combination of that. Coco Key and back, Nassau, Coco Key, something like that. Because those big, giant Oasis class ships don't fit in some places. And there's a lot of places that don't want them, and it creates overcrowding type situations. And they're having a lot of success with those short cruises, getting people on. And if you actually calculate it, some of those short cruises on a per day basis, why it may cost less, when you're looking at the overall price, but it's for way less days. The cost per day is higher. Royal Caribbean's actually making more money by doing shorter cruises, only going to places like their private destinations and shuffling new people in on and off every couple of days. Even out of Galveston, you watch, right now, Symphony's going to be doing long ones, but eventually, once Perfect Day in Mexico opens, even that, though, will have to be like a 4-night just because of the travel time. You're going to have them going to Cozumel, Costa Maya, and back to Galveston, because Costa Maya is going to have Perfect Day in Mexico. Cozumel's getting the Royal Caribbean Beach Club. Nassau, they're opening the Royal Caribbean Beach Club, and Perfect Day at Coco Key. Mm-hmm. Royal Caribbean's going to cycle those big ships through their own properties and increase their own profits. That's what that's about.
Yeah.
And it's pissed off some of the loyal Royal who like those bigger ships and don't want to do 3-day cruises. They want the longer cruises, but they're going to have to step down to smaller ships. Depending on how you want to look at that, though, that means your longer cruises are going to be your Mariner of the Seas, your Adventure of the Seas, your Liberty of the Seas, which, in my opinion, is a really great class of cruise ship. You've been on those size ships. They're great ships. But Royal's current plan, when's it going to work? I don't know. We'll see. And one of the big problems, those ships are so big, you can't possibly see and do everything on those ships in 3 days. You know, for an example, on some of these really large ships, the main theater holds 1,600 people, let's say total. And you have 6,000 people on the ship. That means there is no way physically, humanly possible that everybody on the ship could go see a show if they wanted to. There will never be enough seats in 3 days. So what do you do at that point?
Yeah. Texas Cruiser says great news about the battleship Texas on Tuesday. Did she get her?
She is going to Texas Cruiser, correct me if I'm wrong, Pier 15 is where they look like they are going to put her. So she's going to be further down, closer to MSC and Royal Caribbean. But looks like she's going to get a home down there on 15. And the big thing about that is, you know, the channel, she's going to actually be out of the channel a little bit. So she won't be directly in the middle of the channel, so to speak. It's harder. I can try to think how to say it, but she's going to be sheltered.
Yeah.
So from waves, bad storms, she's going to have a little bit of sheltering. But yeah, it looks like her new home is going to be at Pier 15.
Well, that's awesome.
So she is going to get a home there.
Alien says that sounds good. We want to go regardless, whether it's 5 people or 50.
Yeah, no, we're definitely going to go. Still encourage everybody to go there. If people want to book with us, of course we'll do it. We'll help. And if we do end up with more cabins, we'll group it. That's not really a big deal. We're still going to be on that ship. Whether it's me and Tiffany looking at each other or it's all of us looking at each other, we're going to be on that ship.
Yes.
Because we have fun sailing with people. Had a great time sailing with James. We're fixing to go in August and have James is supposed to be on there. Nellie's supposed to be on there. We're going to have a blast, and more people that want to join just to hang. Absolutely.
Yeah. James says, yes, I will be there. October, here I come. Misty says, howdy, howdy. Ray wants to know what port for the group.
It's going to be out of Miami. It's on the Carnival Magic out of the port of Miami. It's going to Half Moon Key, but it's going to be changed by then. It's whatever Carnival's changed. It's going to be the new Half Moon Key with the dock, no tenders. San Juan, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, and St. Martin, and then back to Miami. So no tender ports, no nothing, all docks, all piers.
Yes.
Because I don't really want a tender anyway.
Attila says, and they have private beach. They building in Nassau too.
Exactly. All these Royal Caribbean short cruises are going to hit properties that Royal Caribbean owns or has a beach club at.
Sheikah says small group is better than a larger one any day. James agrees with Sheikah. Nellie says if you do back-to-back on Oasis class ship, it's way more expensive than a traditional 7-day cruise.
Yeah, it is way more expensive if you try to do back-to-back to get 7 days. And then a lot of times you're still going to the exact same port you went to on the first time.
Yes.
So, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind Nassau, I don't mind Coco Key, but I just don't want to keep repeating those same ones. So we're just going to be looking for the longer cruises.
Yeah. And I agree with Connie. For people who don't have a lot of days of vacation, the short cruises are going to be a good fit.
And they are good fit for a lot of people, which is obvious from the fact the ships are full.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's not a need, a want, a desire. Royal Caribbean's filling their ships. But those that like the 7-day cruise and like to cruise for the week to get that full relax in, because I don't think you can relax in a short cruise. Not like you can in a long cruise.
Yeah.
They're upset, but like everything else, they're always upset about changes cruise lines make.
Yeah. Carolyn's joining us. Good evening. Sorry for the late attendance. You're not late. We're just early.
Yeah.
Love your Disney party shirt, Tiffany. Thank you.
Disney's got a Disney. Tiffany, it might as well just be Disney, but Tiffany's got a Disney for every day of the week.
Yep.
She has a Disney for everything.
Yep. Either Disney shirts or work shirts. There's no in between.
And Disney's pants and Disney socks, and she's got Disney hats and Disney purses.
Yeah.
Tiffany really should just be sponsored by Disney, I'm saying, but
yeah. Nellie said, I want bigger ships to be able to go other places, so I'm trying NCL and Carnival.
Carnival's got, out of Galveston anyway, Carnival's got an occasional really good cruise that pops up. And Carnival, when you get on those long Carnival cruises, they have a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
They do get a more chill, relaxed vibe. Still fun ships, still party ships, but they're a lot more chilled and relaxed when the cruises get longer.
Yes. Sheikah said that is a good itinerary for the group cruise.
Yeah, that is. I said we don't have time to do it, but look in October out of Galveston. It's a Carnival one. I want to say it's like the 16th or 17th. It's a 14-night cruise out of Galveston. You want to see a good itinerary. That one is so good. Tiffany can't squeeze that in because of 14 days in a row. But boy, if we could take that itinerary, it hits everything. It's San Juan, St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. Kitts, St. Mark. It's like all of them in the Caribbean, all in one cruise.
Yep.
And out of Galveston.
Misty said, went to bed to a nice rainstorm. Woke up to a blizzard and sheets of ice.
Whoa.
Love Iowa.
Okay, we're in shorts and t-shirt weather again already down here. We're 80 degrees.
Yep. Misty wants to know what my favorite Disney movie is. Hers is Beauty and the Beast. That's kind of a tough one, but I would have to say Lady and the Tramp.
Cartoon or live action?
Cartoon, of course.
I'm just checking because there's a live action for all of them now.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
And there is a live action Beauty and the Beast. Not Beauty and the Beast. There is a live action Beauty and the Beast, but Lady and the Tramp.
There is a live action Lady and the Tramp. And actually, I've only seen it once.
She does like the cartoons. We keep a Disney Plus subscription just for Tiffany.
And if that isn't enough, my VHS collection is quite extensive. And yes, I did say VHS.
Yeah, they are kept in a closet. She doesn't actually have anything to watch them on. The way of the VHS is gone, but she still has all of the VHS tapes.
Some of them still wrapped in the original plastic.
Someday they'll be in a museum.
Yep. Chica at Misty, we are expecting snow tonight.
Ooh.
James said, Tiffany will be easy to spot on the Harmony of the Seas cruise. Look for the Disney merch. Look for my polka dot red backpack with the ears.
Yeah, whenever you're in port, just look for the red polka dot backpack. That is Tiffany. Mm-hmm. More than one person has said when they watch the videos, they're like, we always know where Tiffany is. We can see her go by with her backpack on.
Yep.
And it is true.
Misty said, please keep the snow. I'm done with it. Yep. Chica said, I should look at that itinerary. Misty said, no live actions. Ick. Laugh out loud. Haven't watched any of them. I will say a couple of them have done a really good job.
She's watched the Beauty and the Beast one more than once.
I really like the Beauty and the Beast one. Lion King did a pretty good job. Not so much the latest one.
Mufasa?
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one, but
I watched the season premiere of Daredevil.
Attila says the Carnival 14 night is my possible list for 2027. I say possible. Wife says no, it's definite.
That's the problem I'm having. I'm getting some no from the side over here.
Yeah. Suzanne is here. She said Pollyanna is my favorite Disney movie. I did like Pollyanna. That one was good. I have that one on VHS. Yes. Yes.
I don't believe I've actually ever seen that one. Not that I can recall.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks was a good one too.
I saw Chitty Chitty Bang Bang one. Does that count?
Yeah.
Is that Disney?
Yes, I think so.
I'm going with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There we go. All right.
Millie said I got offered a camp cruise on the cruise after our Harmony cruise. Or comp cruise, sorry. That didn't look right. On the cruise after our Harmony cruise, but as much as I want to do it, I have to work too. Yeah.
I know that pesky work thing.
Yep.
I only go to work to cruise. They still expect me to show up. Pretty terrible.
Misty said she doesn't like the actress who played Belle. She thinks she's the only one.
Watson?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hermione.
I dislike her Hermione.
Hermione. Yeah. James said, yes, we are supposed to get some snow tonight too.
I'm sorry. Glad it's not us. Let's be honest, we're
Sheikah said, I would love a 14-day cruise.
Me
Don't get me
too.
wrong, I would too, but I think yeah, I would get in a lot of trouble if I took that much time off.
I don't think so. Your boss took off what, like 6 weeks because his tummy hurt?
Shut up. Carolyn said, laugh out loud, chitty chitty bang bang. Misty
Showing my age right there.
Misty's kids love chitty chitty bang bang. Nellie said, Misty, how dare you? Sheikah said work gets in the way every time.
Every time.
Yes.
Every single time. But yeah, I don't know. That 14-day cruise, I got a lot of interest in that particular one.
Yeah.
I mean, just goes so many really cool places. But I won't go if Tiffany won't go because those are all places that she wants to go see too. So
Nellie said, ooh, Sheikah, my sister had some shots of yucky tequila. Must not have been in Cozumel.
yeah, yucky tequila.
I don't know though, because Cozumel, the different flavored ones, some of them are pretty not so tasty.
I'm sure it is based on, what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
All right, now I've got a question for everybody out there. Help me out with this one. Have you ever heard of an organization called Helping Hands for Cruising? Is anybody familiar with it? Is anybody had any experience with it? Come across it in the past? Just out of curiosity. And if you have, just let me know because I have some side questions on that particular organization.
Carolyn said, by the time you retire, Tiffany, you will know where to go for extended cruises. Yes. Carolyn says, nope. Texas Cruiser says, I have donated some money.
Okay.
Nellie asked if that's a real organization.
Okay. So here's what it is. I got an email from them. They are doing a fundraising live event in April. They've asked us to come on and donate an hour of live video, just like this, to help fundraise for the organization. I not really super familiar with the organization before this week. So I'm doing a little research on them, things like that, because if we're going to come on anything and say, hey, donate to this group, it's good, it actually benefits cruisers, we're going to do our due diligence and our homework first, which is the reason why I asked that question, because I don't want to get associated with something that's not legit and not legitimately helping those people get on cruises.
Yeah.
So, and when it comes to fundraising, my huge and big thing about a nonprofit is how much of the fundraising goes to actually helping people. I want to find out that, 40% of what they raise goes to cruisers and 60% goes to whatever else. There's enough organizations out there that are like that already. And so I'm super particular what we put our brand on and what we associate our brand with. I don't want people to come back and be able to later and yeah. I'm just super picky about it. So I'm just wondering if people are familiar with it. I'm going to be reaching out to them, talking to them about it. If all checks out, we may be doing something with them in April, but due diligence first.
James says, I've got to go around. When I run out of vacation time, I take a leave of absence.
There you go. 14-day leave of absence.
I think the last leave of absence I took was maternity leave.
Well, considering all the kids are over 21, that's been a hot minute. You're due.
Yeah. So Sheikah, I have heard of Helping Hands, but not Helping Hands Cruising. Yeah, when I was looking them up, there's a lot of Helping Hands out there. Helping Hands for pets, Helping Hands for this, Helping Hands for that. So, but we have been looking in their website and stuff.
The Helping Hands for Cruising at this point, it seems like it's a fairly small organization, simply based on the number of members that I see on their Facebook page, the number of subscribers they have on their YouTube channel. Looks like a relatively small group. So, listen, we're just going to be doing some due diligence, but that's a good idea, Shiga. I'm definitely going to do that as well.
Yeah. Nellie's looking at the website right now. Carolyn says if you're
Texas Cruiser.
Agreed, Chris. Look into it and don't give your money to their CEO. Coach Cruise and Carnival Cruise Addicts did a show promoting it.
Okay. So I'll have to take a look at some of that other stuff as well. Like I said, it's got to be on the up and up. If it's not above board, you will not see us anywhere near it.
Captain Controversy and Cruise Life TV did too.
Okay. So some other ones have participated in it. Makes me feel a little more comfortable reaching out to their point of contact and seeing what's up. As I said, if it all checks out, we'll probably be doing something with them. It's over one of the weekends in April. We'll let you guys know ahead of time if we participate in that. I just want to make sure it's something that truly benefits cruisers. That's going to have to be the important thing, because we get all kinds of goofy stuff emailed to us all the time that has absolutely nothing to do with cruising whatsoever. Hey, help us promote this product, but it's like a desk or just stuff that has nothing to do with cruising. I don't know why they think we would have anything to do with it.
I don't know. I was tempted to do the couch one.
You just wanted them to send you a free couch.
Yes.
And on this week's show, we're sitting on this brand new couch.
When you get off of a long, relaxing cruise and you want to come home and just relax on the couch.
There you go. Tiffany's practicing if they ever offer us a couch again. There's a lot of goofy stuff that happens in the background. A lot of goofy emails that come through for stuff that just makes absolutely no sense for cruising. None.
There was a treadmill or
the electric bicycle was a good one.
That's for getting the Lido deck, or not Lido, the pool deck body.
There was one for like stuff to like clean the tires on your car, so your vehicle looks really good sitting in the parking lot while you are on vacation. Yeah. Just goofy crap.
Well, Scott is here going on my first river cruise at the end of the month. Emma Waterways. That sounds like fun. I probably said that wrong, but you look lost.
Well, I think you skipped a whole bunch of stuff.
Check Better Business for background. Be super cool if it was on my cruise in April. Would love to meet y'all.
If we do it in April, it's going to be like this. We're joining their live. Yeah, it would be. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It'd be. Remember the Jerry Lewis telethons growing up?
Yeah.
We would be like a guest on that.
Yes.
That's kind of what I think it is.
Where are we at? James is asking, where are you going, Scott? He said, yeah, you say that. Danube?
I have my glasses on. That's why you're the reader.
That river that starts with a D. Danube? I don't know.
Clearly a river that we have never been on. But with Amera?
Cool.
Amera Waterways? That's cool. A river cruise?
Yeah. I would love to do one of those.
You can do them here in the States.
Yeah, I know. They cost as much as going out in the ocean.
For 14 days or more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. U.S. river cruises are obnoxiously priced.
James said that would be a nice river cruise.
If I was going to do a river cruise, I would want to do one in Europe. Mm-hmm. Somewhere other than the United States. To be honest with you. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but not for the price.
Yeah.
I looked at those ones from American Cruise Lines. They do like the ones up and down the Mississippi and ones like that. Those things are $5,000-$6,000. I mean, good God, they should not be more expensive than a Disney cruise. Let's be honest, they're more expensive than a Disney cruise. Viking, I get. Viking is very expensive, but Viking comes with just about everything. It is almost purely inclusive.
Yeah.
For Viking. I mean, your excursions are part of your package, everything. So I get why Viking is like that. Nothing.
Misty said, do y'all ever plan on doing a group cruise? I jumped in at the end of that conversation. Yes.
October the 3rd, Carnival Magic out of Miami,
2026.
2026. We're all meeting there. We got to pick a hotel if we all want to stay at the same one. And I'm not driving to the cruise port. Not going to happen. So I need a hotel where we can leave our vehicle and Uber to the cruise port. So if anybody's got good hotels we should stay at in Miami, share the details on that one.
Yes. Ray said, we did a river cruise and traveled more on the bus and hotels than the boat. I believe that.
Well, in Europe, that does happen because of the river. The boats are just the perfect height to get under those bridges. And if the river is too high, they're not going under the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
And if the river is too low, they can't go. So I do know in Europe that when that kind of stuff happens, they put you on buses, get you further up, put you on a different, they move you around. And so that definitely can happen on a European river cruise.
Yeah. James says, by the way, Chris, I will be sending you an email on the Harmony of the Seas tomorrow.
Okay. I will be looking out for that. 100% for sure.
Attila says that river cruise looks so pretty. Wife's sister has been on a combo land and river cruise package for 30 days. Ridiculously beautiful. Miko agrees.
The dog apparently likes it. I turn around, he's upside down, all four legs in the air, growling.
Misty says groovy. Carolyn wants to know, how long is the drive to Miami?
For us, 21 hours. Well, it's 21 hours to Disney. Let me rephrase that. So probably a little more to get to Miami.
Yeah. Misty asked, is there a link to go to for the cruise?
No, right now that what we were talking about earlier is we have only, if we get more than 8 people, for sure they're going to book, we'll be able to group it. But right now it's kind of going to be this is where we're all going to be sort of thing. The prices between doing a group cruise and everybody self-booking the way they like to book, there is no price difference right now. Carnival is not giving any discounts on that. And if we don't have more than 50 people, we're not getting any of the special stuff, honestly, anyway. So we're going to make all of our own special stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be group cruisy no matter how we book it. We're going to have T-shirts. We're going to have door decorating contests, all kinds of get-togethers and things like that. We're still going to plan events. It's going to be fun. And we're going to hang out. We're going to all have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Attila said it wasn't really a package. They just chose to land travel on their own after the cruise ended.
Still 30 days. I mean, that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some extremely beautiful, beautiful places out there in the world that I would love to go see.
David's here. Good evening, everyone. And Chris is here. Hey, all, just jumped in real quick. Still at work. Had a moment and wanted to say hey.
Well, hello. Welcome. That's right. We have to work.
Yeah.
Because we all work to cruise. Let's be honest.
Yes, we do.
We just all work to cruise. At least, okay, maybe it's just me. You work to Disney, I'm sure.
I could probably cruise more if I quit buying Disney t-shirts. Disney accessories for the house.
And your truck. You have those little things. The dogs have Disney collars.
That they don't wear. Our dogs have not had a collar on in 3 years.
It's because they don't go anywhere. And we live out in the country. Where are they going to go? But yeah, so it's a group cruise is going to happen. It's going to be on that ship. It is going to be the Carnival Magic October the 3rd. We're going to be there one way or another. Like I said, if we get enough people together, we may go ahead and still group it together. If not, we're all just going to be there.
Yep.
We are still all going to be there. But like I said, anybody that hops on any cruise that we all want to go on, that works too. It's that August the 16th, Harmony of the Seas, November the 7th, I think. MSC Seashore, Seaside, MSC out of Galveston. Seascape, maybe that one. It starts with an S and it's an MSC ship. You can't miss it, it'll be the big white one. Okay.
Yeah, what's funny is I usually don't remember the ships, but I remember this one because I hear the commercials every morning driving to work.
You know that Drew Barrymore is going to be the godmother of MSC's new ship, which explains why we're suddenly seeing her in commercials.
Yes.
But she is going to be the godmother of an MSC cruise ship.
That's cool.
I've seen some movies she's in. I don't know her personally. She could be a butt for all we know. She could be the greatest person ever. I don't know.
James says, yes, we can use more cruisers on the August 16th cruise.
Of course we can. Absolutely. And there's good prices on that particular cruise right now. So I'm still impressed that we got our neighborhood view balcony for the price that we got it for. Still really impressed with that.
Carolyn said she appears to be a wonderful lady, Drew.
Yeah, so she appears to be. So
Chris says, I have to get back to work. Y'all have a great evening. You too. Work safe.
Hopefully not too much longer. Hopefully you're off soon and can go enjoy your evening. Yes. Do what I do. Just pretend like you're working and dream about cruises.
Yes.
I'm on the ocean. I'm on the ocean. I'm on the ocean. Good God, you are loud, bro. Can you be quiet? Anyway, that dog is making me lose my complete train of thought. Absolutely, completely losing my train of thought. Do you know what I learned today, too? That people don't follow signs. They don't. Because apparently, places in Europe, do you know that if you leave the beach area in your bathing suit attire, and are not considered properly dressed, you get a fine?
I could see that.
Oddly enough, do you know it's cruisers who keep getting fined because they can't apparently understand the signs? So wear the proper stuff when you're in places that you're supposed to be.
Misty says, hi, puppy.
Yeah, he's being extra today. He is being extra. Well, hello, Carol. Welcome to the show. There he is. Tiffany's going to bring him on for a couple minutes. At least he'll be quiet while he's sitting up here.
He went to the spa today.
Yeah, he went to the dog spa. So he's actually clean and doesn't stink.
No.
And he's gotten a fresh haircut. But see, what else was going on in cruising this? What else did I tell you was going on in cruising this week?
Chris, you and Nellie got to work on Rick for the August 16th cruise.
Yeah, come on, Rick. Are you going to be on there for August 16th with us? He's probably not going to tell us. We're going to turn around and he's going to be on. He's just going to be on the ship.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it.
Well, the doggy spa, good day for pup. You know what's funny is they get all excited because they get to go for a car ride until they get in the truck. And then 2 minutes into it, they're whining because they want out. They don't like it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Okay. You want to come over here? Hi. Because that means absolutely spoiled.
Yes. But yes, Rick, you should join us.
Absolutely. It's going to be a blast. We are going to have a lot of fun. Said Coco Key, 8-day cruise, Coco Key. I'm looking forward to going back to Coco Key. I think Tiffany is going to love Coco Key because you can have a great day there. You don't have to spend a single dime on that island. I know there's lots of things out there that say, talking about, cruise lines, private islands, you have to spend money, you have to buy this to get this, do that, and all this other kind of stuff. I've been to Coco Key. I didn't spend a single penny on that island, not one. I had a great day at multiple beaches. The food that they provided was the best food I've ever had on an island. Your drink package works on Coco Key if you have one. And you can go to the pool and do all that kind of stuff and doesn't cost you anything. So we're going to have an absolute blast at Coco Key. Then we're going to go to Costa Maya. We'll still have to figure out what we're going to do in Costa Maya.
Yeah.
And then I think the general consensus was Paradise Beach in Cozumel, Mexico. It's going to be fun.
Nellie said, speaking of fines in Europe, I got a parking ticket in Germany and I promised police I would pay the next week. Well, the next week we moved back to the States. Oops.
Oh. Oh. Probably don't want to go to Germany anytime soon. They're going to be waiting for you at the airport. They're going to be waiting.
Yeah.
Now I've lost my train of thought again.
Yep.
What was I talking about? Oh, the cruise.
Texas Cruiser said, yes, sir, James. James said, yes, we will. Chris, got any idea on good hotels to stay when in Galveston? I'm coming in 2 days early.
Oh, boy. There are so many good ones in Galveston. God, there's so many.
August, though, it's going to be a little higher priced because that's still during summer.
You might be catching just the end of the season. My personal favorite is the Harbor House. I like staying over there whenever possible, simply because it's right there next to the cruise ships. But I think for this one, I think Tiffany and I are going to be staying over at Moody Gardens. We are actually going to be staying over at the Moody Gardens Resort because Tiffany wants to go in there and check out, which they have an aquarium. They have sloths, monkeys, and things there at that particular one. They have the 3 pyramids there at Moody Gardens, and Tiffany wants to check that out. So for August, we're going to be over at Moody Gardens, I believe. Mm-hmm. But Texas Cruiser. Harbor House is good. The Tenant House is good. That's still within walking distance and downtown right there. I kind of like that area because you can walk to all of the downtown Galveston stuff. You've got restaurants, you got nightlife. You can watch cruise ships come in and out. There's the oil rig museum is there, the tall ship museum, the railroad museum, the candy store. All that stuff is right there. Good little shopping in that area.
Yeah, because James, we got to go to the candy store before we go.
That's true. You did make James. You did take James to the candy store last time.
Did drag James to the candy store.
That's right. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Tippy said, "Going to the candy store."
Yeah. Texas Cruiser said, "Bad Nelly." Nelly said, "Haha, Rick. I meant to pay it." James and Chris, is that near the pier?
Yes. For an example, Harbor House is on. James, you remember where we went and parked? Now that you said that, when you were with us, we went over and parked when we were going to the candy store, and you could see the cruise ships right there. No, you know what? That's actually wrong. That's the Harbor House right there by the pier, but that's not where you would want to stay. Yeah. We're leaving out of Pier 10.
Yep.
Down the road. And I don't think there's a good hotel by that one. That's right. We're leaving on Royal Caribbean this time.
Yeah. Rick can put his expertise in. When I was on Mariner, the Miracle did a 4-night sailing too. They were always beside us from Galveston to Cozumel and back. Miracle was right there on our side.
But anyway, James, wherever you stay, we're going to swing by and grab you in the morning, and you'll ride with us to the cruise terminal anyway.
Yeah.
So you're always welcome just to roll with us like last time.
Texas Cruiser said the Port of Galveston has hired an engineering firm to develop a new 20-year master plan. This firm said that the port needs to develop more cruise facilities.
I saw something where they were talking about they were going to build like more dedicated roads to eliminate the traffic and the congestion on embarkation and disembarkation day, especially there along Harbor Drive. Um, to make that kind of go in and out a lot faster, which is really good news. But we usually get through it pretty easily.
Yeah.
We've learned to sneak around the way that folks that aren't super familiar with the area know how to get to stuff. We just whoop right around and come in from like an odd direction.
Yeah. Carolyn said, we stayed in Moody Gardens last Christmas, enjoyed the performance, and we still talk about the beautiful aquarium. The Santa train was a blast too. Or the Santa train, is that kind of like the Polar Express kind of thing?
They do a big thing at Christmas, but you're going to be there in August, so you won't see Christmas things. Yeah,
not that far. We could always go for.
Yeah, they do Christmas. They do a big Christmas thing like ice and.
I really want to do a Polar Express thing.
I've seen those before, but I don't know exactly where they have.
I know they have them up around Dallas, but that's too far.
Actually, not really. It's really just a few hours away too.
James said the candy store just sold me. Of course it did. You need the good hand pulled right there saltwater taffy. Thank you, because I will be flying in, said James. Misty said, have a grand night going to watch Venom with the husband.
Awesome.
Enjoy that movie, Misty.
And yeah, Caroline says definitely go at Christmas time.
Yes. Okay. So at Christmas time, we're taking a little side road trip.
So what I heard is book a Christmas cruise so you can stay there.
You can book a Christmas cruise and I'll just drive back and you can Uber back.
I'm thinking that's not going to be me Ubering anywhere.
Misty said, see everyone next week. I will rewatch this live. Nellie, the parking shuttle guy told us that Royal is building a garage. The lot where the cars usually are was empty, and he said it was going to happen. Whether or not it does happen, I don't know.
Now, I did see in part of Galveston when they were talking about their plans, more parking garages for the cruise terminals was talked about, which makes sense. Get the parking a little closer to the cruise ships, not necessarily take up so much real estate, and allow them to widen roads and things like that. So that makes sense.
Yep. James said, Carolyn, blame it on Tiffany. She is the reason we went. Absolutely blame me, because that is our pre-cruise tradition. You have to go get the saltwater taffy. Tiffany
does really like that saltwater taffy, and that's one of the only places she will get it from.
I never really cared for saltwater taffy until we got it there.
When they made it fresh for you then and there. They made it
fresh for you and then tossed it at you.
But there's good places to eat over there too. If you just want a simple burger, that's there. You want to have a drink at night, enjoy the nightlife. All that stuff is along in that area too. It's one of our favorite places to stay. If we were sailing Carnival, we would for sure be in that area because you can just walk right over to the cruise terminal.
Yes.
But since we'll be staying with Royal Caribbean, that is going to be several streets down the way. But it's nice because even at the Royal Caribbean, no shuttle is needed from the parking lot to the terminal. It is just walk. It's that close.
I keep watering.
So, but yeah, we're going to be down there the day before. We're going to check into the Moody Gardens. So we'll be down there probably first thing in the morning the day before. That way Tiffany can spend the day hanging out in the Moody Gardens, seeing all the animals, the aquariums, and all of that kind of good stuff. So.
James says, might have to check it out. Sounds good place to stay.
Yeah, there are a lot of good places to stay in Galveston. We've stayed in several different ones. Some have been really good winners, and some of them been, probably not going to stay here again.
Ray said, saltwater taffy. Have you had it from Atlantic City? No, sir, I have not.
Have we ever been to
Atlantic City? Nellie said, have a great night, my friends and family. See you next week.
Absolutely. We will be here and ready to go. And I see we are coming up on an hour.
Yes.
So before it gets out of control like it has done the last couple of weeks, I do think we will get ready to wind it down for this week. But yeah, James, I will be looking for that email on the upcoming cruise information. We can get all of that taken care of. And anybody else, of course, that wants to jump on Harmony of the Seas, August the 16th, said we're going to be on it. James is going to be on it. Nellie's going to be on it. We're trying to get Rick to get on
Rick's
it.
going to be on. No, I don't know if Rick's going to be on it, but we're
Trying to get some more folks on that ship. It's nothing official. It's just cruisers hanging out together and having a good time.
Yes.
So, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so like I said, group cruise still happening, still going on. We're still going to be on that ship for sure.
Just doing it a little different.
Maybe a little differently than some of the others. It's our first one. It's definitely not going to go smooth. But we're all going to get there. And once we're all on the ship, it's going to be good. It's going to be dandy. It's going to be fun.
So this is all right. Y'all have a great week. You too, sir. We
absolutely will. I've got videos coming out here in the next couple of days. Some goofy stuff that cruisers have said. And we have they got sent to poll. We didn't send it, but got sent to polls this week. Honestly, the next two were pretty darn outrageous that they would think that were right and correct. And then we got stuff for the big Saturday show. And then maybe we're going to have Tiffany's show by this Sunday. You know what? We will have Tiffany's show on Sunday. We're going to put her on the spot right here, right now. You have your show for Sunday.
Okay.
There's going to be a cooking show from Tiffany this coming Sunday. Her first recipe out of her new Carnival cookbook.
Yes.
What do you think?
Okay.
All right. You're on the spot. You can't get out of it now.
All right.
If it's not there on Sunday, Tiffany didn't do it. All her fault.
Yes.
So, but thank you everybody for being here. Fun as usual. Love it. Saw some new names in here tonight.
Yes, we did.
That is always cool. I love having new names.
Yes.
And of course, our OGs.
Yes. Absolutely love everybody.
Absolutely. But we will be here next week for some more cruising info, some more cruising fun, see what else is going on in the cruising world, some cruising countdown.
Yes.
And I know we actually have some people, I believe, we're going on a cruise this week. And so we're looking forward to some more cruising stories.
Yeah.
But everybody, thank you for being here. Have yourselves a really, really, really great night. And like always,
we'll see you out on the high seas.
Oops. As soon as I figure out where all these actual buttons are here, then it'll be see everybody out on the high seas. I love technical difficulties. They're my favorite. All right. Good night, everybody. You guys say good night.
Good night.